front of you are overhead lockers. And please ensure now that your seat belts are securely fastened. Thank you.
Good morning. So we're here in Aotearoa, known as the land of the long white cloud, and also known to everyone as New Zealand. We're here in Queenstown. Behind us is Lake Wakatipu.
Yeah, correct.
Queenstown is an absolutely beautiful place. It's got a beautiful lake surrounded by snow-covered mountains, and if you love adrenaline sports, this is the place to be. It's a little bit more touristy than most places in New Zealand, but it's such a fabulous destination. So tomorrow we'll be picked up and taken to Te Anau. We'll be ferried across Lake Te Anau to Glades Wharf, and that's where we'll actually start our Milford Track. So for now we're just going to enjoy the sights and sounds of Queenstown. And like I said, it's such a welcoming town, and there are so many bars, restaurants, and so many things to do. There's the gondolas that will take you up to the top of Mount...
Oh, now you're testing me.
Mount something or another. And the views are spectacular. So until tomorrow morning, we'll see you then.
See you then.
So we've just boarded the ferry at Te Anau, and the motor starts up.
Yeah.
The boat's just dropped us off at Glade Wharf, which is about an hour's drive from Te Anau Wharf, which is about 45 minutes from Te Anau. So we're at the start of the Milford Track now. The Milford Track is one of 9 great walks in New Zealand. It's very, very popular. It's only open from the end of October till the end of April, and it's about 55 kilometres, and it takes 4 days. But you do have to book. But there's 3 huts on the track itself. The first one's Clinton, the second one is Mintoro, and the third one is Dumpling Hut. There are a number of side tracks along the way, so you'll probably clock up somewhere between 60 and 70 kilometres over those 4 days. Like I said, you do have to book, and that's through the Department of Conservation. You can either do it through, not conversation, through the Department of Conservation. You can book either online or give them a call.
And with this track, you have to carry everything with you: your food, your pots, your plates, your cups.
Yeah, it's a bit of a wilderness. Track. But yeah, we're looking forward to it, because this is a little bit out of our comfort zone. Normally we're used to dealing with the heat, and up here it's quite cold. And we'll see what the huts are like, and let's begin. Let's start our Milford Track. All right, let's do it.
Doing it.
So we just started at the Milford Track, and the first thing that you notice is how green and soft everything is. There's ferns and moss everywhere, bird tree ferns, and it smells damp, musky, damp. Would you call it musky?
No, it doesn't smell musky.
You'll say what I say. For a change. No, it's quite beautiful. We're walking alongside the Clinton River at the moment, which is also absolutely beautiful. The track's a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, really well established track.
Yeah. So we're on our way to Clinton Hut. It's only about 5 kilometres from where the boat dropped us off at Glade Wharf. There are a few other huts on the trek itself, but they are run and owned by private tour companies, which you can also book with if you don't want to book through the Department of Conservation. And like I said, it's only a 5 kilometre walk, and it's a beautiful start to the Milford Track. It's looking really good, yeah. Enjoying it already. The weather's perfect. Let's hope it stays that way. So we're just coming up to one of the private huts now. This is Glade Hut. It's in a beautiful clearing. The river's just running down beside. There's a few nice trout in there as well. But this isn't where we're staying tonight, so we'll march on. Let's just have a look at the sign while we're here. Clinton Hut is another hour and 10 minutes. We're coming up against the suspension bridge also, which Denise is gonna love. Not. Walking back to me. Okay. All right, so this is our first suspension bridge. Looks a bit wobbly, yeah? Let's go. Don't shake the bridge. What are these boxes for?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We're going to ask the ranger.
We will find out.
It's got a wee hole in it though, for a little thing.
Yeah, maybe a trap or something, I don't know. We'll ask the ranger when we get to the hut.
Sure will.
Okay, so this is the first apparently of one of many of the side tracks that you can take. It's only 2 minutes walk, so we'll have a bit of a wander down and see what it's all about. Would you like to go for a swim? Please don't fall in. Please God, don't let me push her in.
When you bend over, the back takes
I know.
Go,
so if I just give you a bit of a poke with the stick, a bit like a turtle. So we're coming up to Clinton Hut, which is our first stop.
Yeah, first stop for the night.
First stop for the night.
First stop for the night. And it's just starting to sprinkle, so
yeah.
we're
So timing is good. Let's go and check it out. Actually, that was quite a lovely walk. Not strenuous, not hilly, although that's to come. Really beautiful. Oh, it looks like they have a few small buildings here. So I'm going to try and find the ranger and see what's going on. Pick our bunk for the night and settle in. Maybe go for a swim, go down to the water for a swim. Ah. Oh, this is quite a nice setup. Hey! Yeah, good timing. Okay. Hey guys. Oh, manatees, sorry. Manatees look good. Nice and cosy. Okay, so we're making our way to bunk room 2 by the looks of it, and pick a bunk for the night. Where are you looking?
I'm just looking.
Yep, somebody's. Okay. Do you want 2 bottom ones?
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt.
And that way, when one of us rolls out to bed, we won't hurt ourselves too badly.
So we're going 26 and 32?
Yep, cool.
Or do you want to go by the door?
Why is it so much easier when the bed? Oh, nice recovery.
So that Prairie Lake, water's nice and warm up there. Straight off the glacier. Anyway, check it out, very popular place. Okay, safety first.
Day 1 completed.
Yeah, day 1 completed the dinner rush.
Whole 5 kilometres.
It was only a short walk today. The dinner rush has just finished. It was a bit manic. We've got 40 people using the kitchen, but it was good fun. And we've got the night to come. So we're back in the bunks again, which we haven't been for a while, which will be interesting. The morning, I think, will be something special.
Crazy.
But yeah, no, it's been a really, really nice day, and the setup here is really, really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, everybody seems like a good group of people, and
the ranger was a bit of a card as well.
yeah, he was a funny guy. So yeah, day 1, we're just about to go out and have a look at the glowworms. So yeah, a little bit more to day 1 yet, but we'll see you in the morning. So heading down the track, the sun's just going down, and we're going to try and locate some glowworms. Hopefully. It is sprinkling slightly, but the rain's not too bad. And apparently we only have to go about 150 metres down this track. So as soon as the sun goes down, we'll try and eke some out. Yep.
Yep.
So we've just seen some glowworms.
We have.
And
They glowed.
They were pretty impressive.
Very nice.
And it's still not quite dark. So we'll make our way back now and try and get some sleep, which might be interesting because the bunks are pretty close. Good morning.
Looks like I've had a rough night.
Yeah, we were treated to a symphony of snoring all night. Yeah, we didn't get all that much sleep. It rained off and on all night, and it looks like we might be having a little bit more today, but we've got our wet weather gear on, so all should be good. We've got about a 16-kilometre walk today, which is slightly uphill. There are a few side tracks, a few lakes and waterfalls that we hopefully will get to have a look at and tell you about on the way. So, yeah, day 2. So we're off on day 2. We're heading to Mintaro Hut, which is, like I said before, it's about 16 k's. They reckon it takes about 6 hours. We'll probably take a little bit longer than that because we want to stop at a few places on the way. And we're not in any rush. But it's a beautiful morning, it's not raining. It is overcast and ominous, so we've got our wet weather gear on, so should be good. Talking to one of the locals before we left. He's actually from Tiana, and he was telling us about the problems they have with the feral animals here. I was asking him about the pigs because about 20 years ago we were at a pub in Tiana and they had the biggest boar heads I've ever seen in my life on the wall, and he was telling me that yeah, the pigs are still a problem, but the number one problem in this area at the moment is deer. Apparently there are thousands and thousands of deer roaming these hills, and I suppose they're really hard. Well, he did say they're really hard to contain or control because the ground up here is so mountainous and there's so much vegetation. It's a very difficult task to keep them in hand. Ah, here, hang, and something else as well. I'll just turn the video. So we were talking about these contraptions yesterday, and we asked the ranger what they were, and they are actually traps. They had a number of the bird species were dwindling dramatically because of the number of stoats and rats, so they're designed to catch stoats and rats. And he said that, much to his delight actually, that the bird population is recovering very quickly. And speak of the devil, there's one of the little ones now. No rats or stoats for you. Backpacks that we're using on this trip are the same ones that we've used on a number of other trips. They're Dayuta or Dayuta backpacks. Denise is a 38 litre and mine is a 40 litre. They have built-in rain covers, which as you can see come in really handy. The other thing about them, they're about the perfect size. Well, for us they are. On this trek you have to take all your food and your sleeping bag, cooking equipment, virtually everything that you'll need for the 4 days that will be on this trail. We find the 38 and the 40 litres to be just about perfect because there's enough room to get everything in without there being room for taking along things that you don't really need. So we're really happy. Denise, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely, love it. Love my bag.
Stop for a sec. Denise, would you agree with this?
Oh yeah, I love my Dayuta bag. I love it. I don't have
And you
that
think it's
properly.
about the right size?
Yeah, it's perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything bigger, and like you say, you'd be overloading it and taking stuff that was unnecessary. Because you can.
Yeah. There's room there, let's fill it.
Yeah.
And then when you're walking, it's a case of, why did I put that stuff in?
What would your backpack weigh, Jim?
Mine is about 10.5 kilos, maybe just slightly over that, but I do have the drone and the charging equipment that goes with it. So, and what's yours, about 8?
Yeah, about
8 kilos, which is about perfect. And they do say that you should, if you're hiking, you should not carry more than 10% of your body weight. And I didn't mean it like that because you're nowhere. I would say you're probably 50 kilos. This is so beautiful. This is just so beautiful. Yeah, so choose your backpack well and make sure it gets fitted properly. That's another important thing. Make sure it's on your hips, the belt, and make sure it's relatively tight, because that does take a lot of the weight off your shoulders. The other thing you can see, Denise is using the walking poles. It didn't take us long for us to be convinced that these are a really good accessory to take on a walk. They apparently take up to 20% of the weight off your legs, and I can believe it. We see them as an invaluable tool when we go walking these days. So they come with us whenever we're on a decent walk. They fold up, they're lightweight. The only thing is you can't take them on carry-on when you're on an aeroplane. You have to put them in your checked-in baggage. But it's well worth it. They are really, really useful. They're an aid, a really useful aid. We were warned by the ranger last night that we would be entering an avalanche area. He said they're still quite common at this time of the year. A lot of the bridges that they use on the track are actually removed in the off season because they get destroyed by avalanches. So he said all we had to do is just keep moving. Don't hang around in the areas that are marked. And we should be right. So that's what we'll do.
That's what we'll do, all right.
All right, let's do it.
Watch this, you'll run if you have to.
Running. So this is one of the removable bridges they have that they take out during the off season. Montana's just showing Denise her video of her kiwi bird, that is. Denise is going to be so jealous.
No, that's not a kiwi, that's
No!
We're calling it a kiwi.
Is it a weka?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
I knew it was one or the other.
But that's good that you got that even.
Ah.
So we've just pulled over and this is what greets us. Just cascades of waterfalls all the way down the valley.
Pretty awesome.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Coffee. Denise has brought her best friend along. What's it called? 360 burner.
Yeah, that's the one.
So, I have a cup of coffee, something to eat, and then carry on.
Spectacular scenery in the world, I think.
It's pretty beautiful, isn't
it?
And then carry on to Mintaro Hunt. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. Nice place for a coffee. Another waterfall. It's funny, where we come from, you have nothing like that, and it's a wonder how quickly you become used to it, because we have waterfalls everywhere and we walk past them. Oh, just another waterfall. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Waterfalls to the right of you, waterfalls to the left of you. So as we're getting higher, snow line is getting closer and closer, and you can feel the temperature drop. Yeah. What would you say it's dropped?
Oh, at least 5, 6 degrees.
5 or 6 degrees, yeah. It's still raining, but yeah, the snow is getting almost touchable. All right, we've probably got about another 1.5 kilometres to go to Mintara Hut, which will be a welcome sight, and get this wet gear off. Okay, we've made it. That's Mintara Hut, and aren't we glad to see it?
Yeah.
The last 2 hours of this walk have been really tough. Yep. Kia ora. Yep, that was quite a tough haul that last couple of hours. And more stairs. So this is Mintara Hut. It was a really welcome sight. We've just selected our bunks. Hello.
Hi.
Yep, so we're just hanging out our wet stuff, and then we're going to have a quick look around. So you're ready to go? Yep. Okay. Kitchen. Kitchen. Fireplace.
And welcome to Fiordland National Park. They're $10 each, so those photographs. 25 if you want it signed. More importantly, folks, welcome to Mintara, my little corner of it. Excuse me. Then I am, and I quote, your friendly neighbourhood hut ranger who likes to chat. Before I begin this evening, folks, have we all completed this?
Everybody's fed and happy. Clothes are warming by the fire, so we'll all have dry gear tomorrow.
At 12? What time did she start?
7.
What's the
That's
time?
quick.
Oh.
We made it to Mintara Hut. We are so glad to be here.
Yeah.
That is one of the longest 16 kilometres we've ever done. The last 6 or 7 kilometres were all on rough terrain and a bit up and down.
And it was raining all day.
Yes,
so.
it was a bit slippery, a bit muddy, but yeah, the scenery was just fabulous. I don't think I've walked through nicer scenery anywhere in the world.
No.
So we're just drying our gear now because we got a little bit damp. Well, we got wet.
We did get wet.
So we're just drying it out. They've got a nice fire going in there. About half the group are here, so the other half will rock up over the next few hours. So we'll make some dinner. Like I said, the kitchen here is really nice. It's a relatively new hut.
New hut, yeah. It's very nice.
Yeah, it is.
Good facility.
The facilities are really good. So, well, I don't think we'll be out of bed long tonight. It was a pretty hard
And we
day.
got a harder day tomorrow.
And it's a funny thing, some people just rocked up as I was coming in over here, and they had the same look on their face as us, and some of the younger guys were just all perky, and yeah, we got here, how's it going? Tomorrow we've got a relatively hard day. It's 22.
Past tomorrow?
Yeah. It's 22 kilometres, and it's up about 1,000 metres, is it? Something like that. It's uphill anyway, and the terrain here is pretty rough. So hopefully this
We
rain...
call them mountains in New Zealand.
Yeah, in New Zealand mountains. The terrain is pretty rough, but it's spectacular.
Yeah, it's
it really is spectacular.
And we've seen a trout in the water, which was fabulous. Yep. Yeah, having a good day.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, we'll go in and have something to eat, have a cup of coffee, have a bit of a yak with some of the other walkers, and get a relatively early night. Hopefully we're in our room with not too many snorers tonight. No. But earplugs out. Earplugs out and in. And sleeping we will be.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow. Morning.
Good morning.
Day 3.
Yeah, that was night 2 at Mintara Hut. And it's a really nice hut.
Beautiful, brand new, virtually.
I think the ranger said we were the second group in here. It really is a nice place. We have to have a bit of a deviation today because the risk of avalanche where we're going is really high apparently. The ranger was telling us there's a large slab of ice that's bound to come down in the next week or 2. So apparently it's a little bit shorter, but it is steeper. Yeah, we had a few snorers again last night, but that's just part and parcel of bunking it. And it is going to rain today. They're expecting 80 millimetres, so we are going to get wet again. But we got our wet weather gear on, and it's quite a beautiful morning.
Yeah, very pleasant.
I'll just swing the camera around and show you the view we've got this morning, and it is spectacular. So we're looking forward to day 3.
Yep. Day 3.
Cool, let's go. So day 3 begins. And the snow line is getting closer. So we're going to go over McKinnon's Pass today, which will be really nice. The suspension bridge. I think this time we'll go over one at a time. And they swore I was swinging it. Wait till you get to the other side. And as you can see through the trees, you can see that we're virtually at snow level now. So I would not like to be on this track in winter at all. Oh, well, maybe it would be nice for a little while. Comes Montana. How's it going?
It's all wet. Steep.
Apart from that?
Pretty good.
Cool.
You guys are the first people I've seen today. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, another couple passed us earlier on.
Okay. And then there was a giant rock right in front of it. I was like,
there, would you? Yeah, exactly.
Gotta go.
Exactly. I said exactly the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their way up.
Yeah.
They're up ahead of us. McKinnon McKinnon's monument. Yep, the monument.
It's on.
Is it red?
Yeah.
Oops.
Take 2.
So we made it to McKinnon's monument. What a fabulous walk. Absolutely spectacular. And here is where we kiss. Thanks, Lily. We're just rocking up to McKinnon Shelter. Hopefully be able to make ourselves a cup of coffee. There is some gas burners. And that noise is an avalanche. And that was close. What was it?
An avalanche.
So this is McKinnon Shelter. Pretty good setup. A welcome setup.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Unfortunately, the descent is absolutely covered in cloud. So on a clear day, this would just be spectacular. We have valleys below us and I can just see the outline of mountains above us. But that's just the way it is. Downwards we go. Hang on, I'll give you a hand. You right? You heard? You heard? Okay, so here's where we take the emergency track. The ranger warned us yesterday that there was a chance of some avalanches, and so far today,
3.
yeah, we've heard 3. And although we couldn't see them, they sounded pretty scary. So yeah, we'll go down the emergency track. Apparently it's quite steep, but better safe than sorry. So all right, let's do it. Take it easy. Hopefully you won't hit the deck again. I must admit, I've almost been there a few times myself. Whoa! And she's almost over again. Slippery when wet. The rocks or you? The emergency track is not much of a track. You right? He said it was going to be steep. He's right. Down we go. All right? Yeah, look, we just better to take things nice and easy and get to the bottom. If we get there a bit late, so be it. Denise had a knee replacement, so she finds it a little hard to bend the knees on these really, really steep descents. But you're doing pretty good.
There's some water.
Hang on, sweet. We don't know where the track's gone. Yeah, follow it down. So we were actually walking down the river at the moment. Nice and easy. Ooh, hang on, Denise is down again. You right? Yeah, give me a hand. Give me a hand. Give me your hands, Fred.
There we go. Third time.
A bit wet.
Yep.
Shoes are wet. You right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should go down to one hole. Yeah. So that was emergency track.
And it was a track. Three falls and a swim.
3 falls, a swim and a broken hole. But we're back on the main track now. So,
doesn't look much better.
hopefully it's a bit easier. The rain's still coming down, so...
But pretty spectacular all the same.
That was fun.
Walking down waterfalls, who would have said?
That was fun.
It was fun.
Bye-bye.
I bloody cried.
Let's go. As if things weren't bad enough, now the track's flooded. And we have to make our way across it. This is going to be a bit of fun. We didn't have wet feet before, we're going to now. Take it easy. Take it easy.
We did go to Sutherland School. Here it is here. That's insane. Insane. That's insane.
Dumpling hut. We made it. Oh, now we have to get up the stairs. Sweet. The ranger said, the ranger said they were going to have, hey, how you doing? The ranger said they were going to have 80 millimetres of rain. I was a bit dubious.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we thought, no, it won't be 80 millimetres. It was 80 millimetres.
It was more.
So we've had fought a lot of rivers. We are absolutely drenched to the skin. So we're just going to drop our gear now, find a bunk and try and get into some dry clothes. It was a very strenuous walk, and it was it was challenging, and it was added to by the fact that especially the downward journey to the amount of water that was on the track itself made it slippery and a little bit harder, but we're here. So we've made it into the common room. Again, it's quite nice. Number one priority at the moment for everybody is drying clothes. Quite a good setup again. Good setup again.
Yeah, brilliant.
Now that we're in some warmer clothes, feeling a lot better.
The rangers should go look for them. The 4 people that are in.
Cut the channel, sometimes it just goes nicely all over the place, so it's easy to wade through. We did have a brick there, but after we put it in,
a storm come along and try to wash it away, so we quickly run it on the track. We'll go over a bridge, which is just still not right. And when you get to that area, you'll see one little stream just go.
So these are the bunks tonight. And this will be the last night. This is night 3.
Day 4, and it's still raining.
Yeah, it rained all last night. The ranger warned us today that the river will be up, so there's going to be some pretty hairy places to cross on the way out. It's about 18 kilometres, yeah. And we've got about 7 hours to do it, yeah. Which normally would be a piece of cake, but today that might be a bit of a challenge. Yeah.
Wet shoes, wet clothes.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
There's nothing worse than putting wet boots on in the morning. But we had a really, really good night, yeah. And it's a really nice setup again, yeah. That they've got here. Sure is. Lots and lots of nice people with the same mindset. So yeah, we'll start today and get wet and hopefully make the ferry to get across back to Milford Sound.
That'd be terrible if I had to walk back.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Just cross this bridge and splash through this puddle. Yeah, the ranger warned us. Yesterday was pretty bad. The creeks and rivers had all come across the track and we had to wade across quite a number of times. The ranger assured us today is going to be worse. We've done the first 1.5 kilometres and it hasn't been so bad, but we can hear it raging alongside us. So, and it rained a lot last night. So yeah, we're going to get wet clothes again today. But today's the last day and we're heading towards Milford Sound. Like I said, we have to get the ferry about 2 o'clock. So hopefully we'll be there without too much trouble. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Say it again.
I said wet feet already. I was hoping to wait till we can cross the big river.
Ah, well. So there is a lot of water. Let me pass. Yeah, but the water is very, very cold. Cold feet. Easy peasy, hey? Stop for something to eat and a bit of a rest at, what's it called, Gate Falls? Seems everybody's got the same idea. We're just going to have some 2-minute noodles just to give us enough sustenance to get us to the end, yeah?
Yep.
That's the Ferry's at 2 o'clock and we do not want to miss it. That was Thomas. Thomas was from Argentina.
Pardon?
So we're only about 4 kilometres from Sandfly Point, where we board the ferry to take us back to Milford Sound. And the scenery is no worse than it's been before. It's just spectacular. So we've made it to Sandfly Point. It was
Good day today.
Yeah, 4 days of some really tough hiking, but probably the most spectacular scenery you would see anywhere in the world.
Yeah. If God had made paradise, I believe this could be it.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
It really is fabulous. So we're about to board the boat now to Milford Sound and then the bus back to Queenstown. But yeah, well done.
It's been great, yeah.
Okay, let's get on the boat.
Gotta get on the boat.
So we're on the bus heading back to Queenstown. It's been absolutely fabulous 4 days. If you ever get a chance to do this walk, do yourself a favour and do it. You will need a fair bit of fitness and you do have to carry most of your stuff there yourself. But it's well worth it. It's a fabulous experience.
Reminding you guys of the party.